the music play. You're listening to Court FM. Let the music play.
Very good evening. Welcome to Kurt FM. My name is Likian Eli, and we are hosting this session in collaboration with Mizani 254, which brings you our civic education conversations. And tonight, we will be looking at your week in brief. And even as we do that, we welcome you to really look at a very interesting topic, which is the issues of elections, the ballot, or the street. Remember, on your week in brief, we really want to internalize and also evaluate how the week has been in matters governance, in matters politics, and of course with the news that really made the headlines. But before we can even start that conversation, I would love to bring to your attention that we are streaming this program live on radio, and therefore we would love to invite our audience to, at almost most of the time, to ensure you speak with parliamentary language, and therefore we shall not use abusive language or derogatory terms while making our presentation. That said, it is an open mic session, so we also want to request you to really get to your point once you have the mic on. And on top of that, also, just remember you can watch this live on YouTube, courtesy of Mizani 254 and Court FM. We are also having a live broadcast on X. Therefore, you can listen and watch live on X. That said, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the talk of the week. Shortly, I'll be joining Mr. Lavani Miller, who I already see is ready to come over and pick up the mic. But before I can do that, let's just say this has been a very interesting week. And Genz, for that matter, should I say, the Kenyan youthful populace has been doing a lot of work. We have to acknowledge that for the first time, there was a lot of hype around having a political party and what way the current youthful generation was going to pick. In fact, it was to some extent assumed that they're going to just get swallowed. So we'll be finding out if they're getting swallowed or not. Also, on Tuesday, it was quite a number of beehive of activities, but not so much on the streets because we expected to see a lot of maandamano happening. I don't know what happened around that, but somebody told me it must have been the rains because they were heavenly sent. In the meantime, President William Ruto was outside the country. As that was happening, he was in Italy trying to see if he can be able to secure funding. I don't know how that has gone, but I know the IMF has raised some concern, and suddenly I see Kenyans actually supporting the take by IMF. I want to know why and why you are actually supporting that. So let me just invite Lavani, if you're able to join me, in order for us to kickstart this session. I do know we might have a lot of glitches here and there, but we'll try our very, very best to ensure that the program continues either way. So if you can hear me, give me 100%. If you cannot, let me know so that I'm able to look through that. I'm also just a bit concerned with something that for me was also a highlight for my week, and that is all the way in South Africa. Not so good since coming out of South Africa. I know that the president of Ghana has issued a statement following one of his citizens being attacked in South Africa. And many will argue that this has not been the first time we've seen this coming in terms of the international space, African continent. And from where I sit, I mean, I have my reservations in terms of what I would expect to come from South Africa. But then again, there's so much that we can talk about in terms of that region and why this has been normalized. Also, back at home, there are also a lot of fears when it comes to where Kenyans are registering as new voters. There were some illustrations that probably some people are being dissuaded from registering in the city and told go back, register from where, quote unquote, you come from. Pundits have argued this could be a possible election rigging process, but that's very early to I don't want to go to that lane right now. So I just want to find out if you guys are able to hear me from the X session. Kindly give me 100%. I would love to confirm that we're good to go. I've been sending out the mic, so if you're able to get me, kindly pick up the mic, Lavani. I would really want to finish this talk because you are an interested party. So if you can hear me, kindly pick up the mic. I would love for us to continue with the talk. In the meantime, if you're joining us live on radio, we are also able to get your comments. You can simply send in your chat through a voice note or a text. The number to dial in is +254 714 308 277. Once again, that is +254 714 308 277. And I see we do have Lavani with us on the line. Lavani, good evening. If you can hear me, how are you doing, sir? Welcome to your Week in Brief.
Good evening, Eli. I can hear you loud and clear. I hope you can hear me.
You are loud and clear. In fact, very, very loud. I had to balance your audio. How was your week, sir?
Thank you. My week has been busy but exciting.
Oh, tell me and share about the excitement. What's exciting, politically speaking?
Because you have heard about the new kid on the block, the PM party, that we have been waiting for such a long time. After during the Mandamano and the 2024 protest, we were told we were disorganized. We needed to have a structure, and it seemed, as you have mentioned, most of our peers decided to join the legacy parties, the ones that we have been seeing in the bloc. And so with the entry of PM party, things change. And as you will see going forward, it is a youthful party. It encompasses the spirit of rebirth. As you can see, the name is the People Renaissance Movement.
Yep.
Basically, meaning is a rebirth in terms of how we do governance in Kenya, and generally how we consider leadership to be. So it's an exciting process. It has been a difficult journey. We have been waiting for the certificate to be issued for such a long time.
Yep.
And then now finally get a certificate, and now we can now get in the field and tell the old folks, yeah, we're here and you're going nowhere.
Interesting. I must congratulate you and your team. But Lavani, before we can even get to the exciting part of it, let me just try and understand the PM party. Is it totally a youthful movement, or what did you do? Because I know the registrar of political parties have some, the tick boxes that must be attended to before you even have a registered party. What is the composition? If you are at liberty to discuss, yes.
All right, I can't speak for the party itself because I'm not allowed to do so. But the thing is, from the information that I have, you can and the what has been out in the public, you can already see that the people that are around the party and in the party, if you are able to visit the party headquarters at Kilimani near Riara Road, you'll find that we have lots and lots of young people there, and they were involved even in the formation from the beginning of the party formation in 2024. These were young people. Yes, we have older people who have been engaged in this, but we believe the people that we believe have been on the right side of pushing for reforms and change in the country. So it's a mix of both experience and emerging leaders in the country. So you can be guaranteed when we are going forward, the people that are going to be vying on the PM party are largely going to be young people. It is a party that is born out of the 2024 Mandamano, and you can understand who are at the forefront of fighting for push for change in the country, and you can deduce from that whoever is going to be vying for this political party as the leaders and in various positions and capacities are going to be fully youthful. As in terms of our RPP, we know they play politics most of the time, but we were able to circumnavigate that. All I can say that we are happy we have the party registered and that it has complied with all the legal requirements.
Thank you, Lavani, and thank you for the clarity. Of course, we need to know that there are some limitations in terms of party positions. It has to be pronounced by the Secretary General. Who is your Secretary General, if I may ask that?
So, unlike many political parties that have been formed before, because we are not just coming in to do the old way of politicking. If you can see the PM party as it stands today, it only has interim leadership. Until you have the NDC, that is when we are going to install the permanent leadership of the party. And it will be through a transparent and accountable process that all of us will be, and everybody will be invited to participate in it if you are a registered member.
Yeah.
And so right now we have interim leadership, as you have asked for. The Secretary General right now is the interim is Emmanuel. So things are going to be different. Do not expect the same old kind of politics. This is a completely different animal, and it is going to be here for a very, very long time. And for those who think this is just another boy who was, or another kid in the block who is just gonna, lose popularity with time, hold your horses. The race has just begun, and things are heating up.
Interesting. And Lavani says you should hold your horses. But I don't want to do that right now. I want to ask you some now political party issues, and specifically on your, you have highlighted that you are going to run as senator, I believe, for Bungoma County. You say you're going to make things differently. What is different that Lavani Miller is bringing? Last time I talked to you, you were intending to run for presidency, but ulikuwa unapima maji. Kwani ulikosa kutosha mboga?
I love your question, a beautiful one there. So the thing is that in leadership is not about position or being in a particular office. Leadership is something that being able to see a vision and share that vision with your people, and let your people follow and buy into your vision. So as it stands, yes, it is true. I was considering running for president in 2027, but as things moved by and as we engaged more people, we were given, and in our own wisdom, we decided that let's start with Bungoma Senate, because in all capacity, I'll still be serving the people of Kenya, and whether in the capacity of a senator or in the capacity of the president, we know these are things that we can do. So in that sense, we do believe, and particularly myself, I know it's not that I'm less capable of becoming president, but it is all about, when you read Ecclesiastes, there is time for everything. And so this time around, we're just going to do the Senate. And I can guarantee you it is not because we think the Senate is a lesser position or the president's a higher position, but we also understand that the responsibility that comes with leadership at the moment. And a beautiful question you ask about integrity and what we bring different on the table in terms of leadership in our country. And I can guarantee you that it is what is in essence what is happening in our country. It is a renaissance. You can see people are yearning for leadership that is pro-people, leadership that is accountable,